Hello and good day. I want to share with you an observation I made. A few months ago, I was sitting around the house, bored. And what do we do when we're bored? To the internet. There I stumbled across this video of everyone's favorite astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, talking about my favorite movie, Interstellar.
The out-of-this-world movie Interstellar is having an impact here on Earth. It's being called one of the most realistic science fiction films ever. Thanks to its visual effects and the storyline, the movie had a good weekend, coming in second at the U.S. box office with $50 million in ticket sales, just behind Disney's Big Hero 6. But how accurate is the science behind the film? That is the question today. Neil deGrasse Tyson runs the Hayden Planetarium in New York. You'll also know him from the TV series Cosmos. Professor, welcome back to Studio 57.
Thanks. It's been a while. Thanks for having me back.
It's nice to see scientists as the stars in a movie.
Yeah, the five lead actors, all marquee actors, all played scientists or engineers.
Did you get tingly watching it, thinking, those are my people?
These are my peeps. And they were, and typically when there's a scientist, they're like wire-haired, lab coat donning, and you don't care if they're in love or if they have kids.
Yeah, they're very robotic.
In Interstellar, full family relationships were explored.
And that really got me thinking. The scientist character in science fiction films really has changed over the years, and it has been a direct reflection of the public's perception of science at the time. For instance, until the 1960s, the public was weary of science and its capacity for destruction, and for good reason. But even before nuclear weapons were a thing that existed, people were inherently frightened of the scientist that goes too far with his experiments. You can see this reflected in science fiction films of that time. Films such as Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, and The Island of Lost Souls. All of these movies feature a crazy scientist who creates something awful and destructive, something that the rest of us must deal with. Everything changed after Apollo, though. Science was cool during the space race, and movies began to shed a positive light on scientists. For a long time, the scientist was a cool, funny guy that helped the story's hero achieve the goal and win the day. You know what movies I'm talking about. Back to the Future, Star Trek, The Thing, Solaris, Inception, The Matrix, Edge of Tomorrow, Pacific Rim, Elysium, just to name a few. These movies typically feature an archetypal hero, someone who is lifted out of their mundane existence and is kind of forced into being awesome. Not without help, of course. The scientist typically plays the mentor archetype, the Gandalf or Merlin science fiction equivalent. They are only there to help our seemingly helpless hero be less helpless. But things are changing once again. Science fiction films are beginning to feature scientists as the heroes, not the sidekick. Films such as The Martian, Gravity, Prometheus, even Iron Man. Rover of Mars and Orbiting Orion are coming in the next couple of years, and of course, Interstellar. This is reflected in today's culture as well. For evidence, the number of STEM degrees has increased in the last decade. So keep it up, science fiction. And stop getting stranded, Matt Damon, because we are really tired of having to come rescue you.